We just gonna go ahead and get started, man. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P Original, baby. Welcome back, y'all. New week, new episode. New week.
And we call this one episode 166, Eclipse. As y'all can see, he's still out here looking for the motherfucker, you know what I mean? Because he got his shades on and shit. Put the camera right on, he's sipping. Yeah. Yep.
Said you ain't supposed to look directly at it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had to blind you.
I'm not willing to find out,
Right
man.
now, you looking directly at me. It's Eclipse, as we know. Eclipse.
A lot going on.
Clip your shit. Yeah.
That's what I thought about when I seen it, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Let's get back to what I like to do.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had an eclipse today.
Yeah.
You know, Friday was a earthquake.
Earthquake. Yeah. So listen. I'm gonna just go straight off the back, right? Because I ain't gonna ask you how your week was, because we always do that. You know what I mean? I just want to ask you this: what was you doing during the earthquake?
Apparently, I don't know, because I told you I was one of the few people who said they didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I talked to you.
Yeah.
And you said that maybe it's because during the time I was running, you know what I'm saying, or moving, not running, but, walking at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't feel it then, but I didn't feel it, brother. So, I can't even confirm what was being done, but maybe I was walking.
Right.
What was you doing?
I was at the 9 to 5, sitting at the 9 to 5 in the middle of a meeting.
Okay.
And it sounded like somebody cut on like they was testing. You know how like in buildings they gotta test the chillers and they gotta test the heating system and all that type of stuff. So when I heard it, I'm like, all right, damn, the chillers ain't never sound that loud. Maybe they installed them on the roof, and that shit just kept going.
Sound like anything but a chiller.
I'm like, oh nah, mid meeting, they was talking that. So, oh nah, that's an earthquake.
Yeah,
that's an earthquake right there.
Super intelligent. Man.
And then they was like, wait a minute, it do feel like trembling. I'm like, nah, it's an earthquake. It might be over. Like, if it's over, it's over.
So it's impressive.
Yeah.
And I'd like everybody to remember this moment in the show, because something's going to happen to make you all of a sudden wonder, is that the same guy?
Yeah.
And it is.
Right.
It is.
It is.
So, okay, you thought it was the chillers. You was at work.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Lot of stuff was letting out early that day.
Right.
I'm assuming it was a situation dealing with the concept of possibly an aftershock or something.
It could have been. We didn't get let out early though.
Okay.
Nah, we didn't.
Okay.
We still had to.
Right.
Still was clipping too.
Still was clipping.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get too much deeper in that, what I want to do, man, is first and foremost, like you said, we're gonna say how your weekend was. Obviously, how was your weekend? I mean, we spent some time together Friday, which we'll get right into that,
right?
At some point. But before we go any further with that, this is episode number 166, Eclipse, right? What is the quote of the day, brother? Let's set the tone with the quote of the day.
Don't be afraid of the shadows that hide the light.
Right.
They can only eclipse it for such a short time. Again, we're going to say it again. Don't be afraid of the shadows that hide the light. They can only eclipse it for a short time. For such a short time. I'm sorry, I'm missing the words. I'm going to say it one more time because I kept skipping the words.
Do your thing.
Don't be afraid. All right? I had to say it. That's why I had to get that out.
I know.
Don't be afraid of the shadows that hide the light. They can only eclipse it for such a short time, and the author is unknown.
So, with that being understood, man, obviously The eclipse is a big deal. Doesn't happen every day. Doesn't happen even every year. Right. There's certain times when it happens. You know, the beauty of that statement to me is that what it reminds you of is even in life,
right,
when you are busy trying to be your best self, you're trying to work on being everything that you want to be and shine your light and be all that you were created to be.
Shine a light on them.
Remember I told you. So even in the midst of those moments, you're going to have times where the moon, representation of other things that are challenges in life, are going to try to slide in front of your light.
Right.
What we got to remember more than anything else is that greatness, that's our light, it still exists.
Right.
And it's going to be moments where things are going to be in front of you. It's going to be obstacles that's in front of you. And it's going to be a little bit more, how can I say, distracting for some people than others.
I see what you did there.
And this is what led me to the concept of understanding, wanted to call it today, eclipse.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get preoccupied with, thinking that life isn't going to sometimes challenge us.
Right.
And at the first sign of something sliding in our way, we stop pushing for greatness.
Right.
The sun is a clear indicator that no matter how, much the moon slid in front of it today, we knew that the moon was eventually going to move out of the way.
Right.
And that this situation is a rarity. And that's how life works, right? In times, we're going to have some tough spots and we're going to have things that get in front of us. But if you stay persistent and true to who you are,
well,
even an eclipse can only last for such a short time.
Well, you notice how we call it the eclipse, right?
Absolutely.
So the eclipse is called because what happens pretty much is the moon is going in front of the sun. They think they meeting or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, the moon overpowers it.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little darker, So you got eclipse, right? Mm-hmm. And you got eclipse. So when I pull up.
Right. You getting in front of the sun.
I'm getting in front of your light for that day, and I'm clipped it to clip.
Yeah. Yeah. Still proud of that, too. That's crazy.
What is going? Hey, man.
Still proud of that,
It's not that I'm
man.
proud. It's what pays my bills, man.
Yeah.
I
understand it. No, I get
to be
that,
honest, I don't be shutting off. I ain't did that shit in a long time. I got a team out there. Got a team out there. They still coming. Don't think you safe.
We'll send a major shout out, bro. Like we said, man, Friday was a special day, even outside of the earthquake situation, man.
Right.
We had the honor and the privilege of being, recognized at the second annual Trenton Media Award ceremony that was held right at what was the name of the?
This was at Trenton Country Club.
Trenton Country Club.
Yes. Did you know that back in the day? I don't know. I heard this. I was a kid. I don't know how it really was.
Once an episode.
No.
He's going to say something that he can't confirm, and he's going to be out there, and y'all going to hold it as face value.
This is what I heard.
What did you hear?
That Ronald Reagan used to have a membership at Trenton Country Club.
Maybe some truth to that.
Yeah, it might be some truth to that.
It might not be.
Yeah.
But
who really gives a damn?
We at the end. No, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, if you are a member currently, you may feel like you in good company.
Ronald Reagan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at some point he got off the horse and played golf.
Listen, Oh man, but listen, he was already he was president or either then or after then because Reagan was the president when I was born.
Right.
He was in his second year.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because when he was president from 80 to 88.
Okay.
It was out 81. You know what I mean?
I've had to Google it.
Who was the president when you was born? You don't even know.
Me.
Nixon?
That's what shit. When I got here, it was over. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was no longer in positions of power once I arrived. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Right.
We'll look it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At some point or another.
But I'm speaking.
I'm not going to freestyle it. Then.
No, I'm speaking. I just know that Reagan was.
You know yours.
Yeah, I know that Reagan.
That's
was
all right.
president. But I speaking on that though, it's always a good thing. We got to understand this is an election year, right? Mm-hmm. And you got people that don't vote, right?
Okay.
And even though you don't vote, that don't mean that the person you don't want in there ain't gonna go in there, because somebody gonna get in there regardless.
Right.
I say all that to say, we the people still have control, but don't let the darkness overshine the light that's inside of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To push forward, because the government that means the most important to you is the local government.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because when we received this award Friday, it was a lot of people from our hometown's local government
Absolutely.
that was in attendance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was there supporting and loving the situation. It's just a beautiful thing, man. That was Friday. Other than that, before we get, because we're going to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you have going on this weekend?
This weekend was all right. Like I said, I had that Friday. Saturday, this weekend's still a competition. It was the last competition weekend for my youngest daughter. So they had that going on. Try to take care of a little bit of, preliminary business before I got to Sunday.
Right.
Me and you hooked up and had
another great day.
A great day. Mm-hmm. So that was, pretty much how my weekend went.
Yeah.
Cool Friday. Like I said, kind of, use Saturday to set me up for Sunday. And then actually Sunday, we spent some time together at a wonderful event, which we'll talk about, we'll get into at some point or another. Like I said, guys, we got a lot of things that we're trying to work on right now. We're building things.
Right.
We're building things. We're expanding on things, to which you'll see. You know what I mean? But it was a good weekend as far as productive weekend in that sense.
Right.
So we did a lot of that.
Yeah. Same with me. Friday night, I had with you an event. Basically, it was a 16-year-old party, but for a guy, it's called the Super 16.
Okay, so that's what it is for a male that's turning 16.
Super 16.
Super 16.
Shout out to Roger, you know what I mean? Shout out to my man Pease, my man. We go back daycare.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the decorations was amazing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he a basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
Backdrop looked like he was standing in Foot Locker.
Mm-hmm.
Each centerpiece was a different pair of Jordans in a glass case.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Even up on the stage when he looked like he was in Foot Locker. Remember the thing? Because we used to sell sneakers back and we was young Al Bundys. You know what I mean? Clap that up. We was out. They even had the foot measuring thing up there on the thing.
Okay.
There. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Everything was decked out. And I did a Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Jasmine, her mom, Sabrina. We go back again, high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hers was amazing as well. She had like a walk-in, she came in off Dreams and Nightmares with the money, throwing the money in the air and everything, had the sparklers shooting up, decorations and those add-ons are starting to make events look like real movies.
Oh, no question.
You know what I mean?
No question.
That's just how that is. But I just want to say, like, I had a good time doing those two events.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then Sunday was old school. It was nice outside, man. We was moving around. We gonna get to Sunday, but not today. But still, we gonna get we gonna make it happen.
Right.
But other than that, man, let's really just roll into what we talking about, shining in the light and the darkness and Eclipse and all that. We got to go back to it. We got to touch on it. You know what I mean? Pause. Damn. Take that.
We don't have to touch on anything.
Nah. But did he?
And then says that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Is it anything new that's going in that case right there? Have you that you discovered over the last week?
No. The only thing new that I seen this week just came out recently, man. G-Dep came home.
Right.
Just in relation to Bad Boy.
Let's clap that up.
So 13 years.
Yeah.
13 years in prison. He's home. Quite sure that people are going to want to interview him to see whether or not he has any kind of stories about, his dealings. I forgot that at some point or another, he released. It may have been 2 projects, but definitely one.
Yeah.
After Bad Boy, when he was done with Bad Boy.
Right.
In terms of anything dealing with Puff, like in that whole situation, I think we're at the same place that we were. I think right now it's going to be a lot more cameras where the cameras were found allegedly that he had in the house that had a lot of, recordings of different people, a lot of different people in the music industry, sports and entertainment across the board.
Right.
I think right now it's not looking good for him in the sense of that. Mm-hmm. And I think that if it doesn't develop, how can I say, it's going to develop really badly for him.
Yeah.
Really badly for him.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that, but without jumping the gun. That's why I don't want to say for so much of it. But that's what I seen. That they got those cameras and
okay,
they've been looking.
All right. Yeah. Well.
So That's what's going on with that situation. And other than that, like I said, G-Dep came home.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, one of the things that we were blessed and fortunate to be able to do was obviously be a part of the second annual Trenton Media Awards ceremony.
And I want y'all to pay attention as we go to P, right?
Mm.
Look behind his head right there. That trophy was one of the things that we received at the Trenton Media Awards.
Absolutely.
And behind me, the plaque.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? The plaque is there.
Yep.
Okay, I got to point this way. The plaque. There it is. All right, I'm pointing better. All right. So what we want to do and what we want to let y'all see, it's kind of like a little bit, we want to put them in a little bit of the experience of it.
We want to show you guys some of what, if you weren't there, I'm going to give you a little bit of an inside look at what we experienced.
Right. So you guys stay tuned and look at this flashback with us.
We are. You see what's going on? The Media Awards celebration. No, that's a good day. Here we go. Porch Podcast, your favorite brothers from the Porch getting their first award tonight, man. The first of many to come. Mr. Cut Up at his finest right there.
Can't even have a regular moment, man.
Enjoy your meat and crackers, man. I ain't gonna act like tonight regular. This ain't normal. Stay tuned.
The Gianna Monet Genesis Foundation was founded by my daughter and myself, and we help children ages 3 to 17 that experience partial or total hair loss due to alopecia areata. So we thank you all for being here with us tonight to celebrate these phenomenal people, but also to help out our organization.
Look at Merwin. We want to save the day. Yeah.
It's our honor tonight to present this first award tonight for the Trenton Makes Media Awards to the Porch Brothers Podcast. I'm going to give you the mic so y'all can have a few moments to say.
It ain't going to be short.
Don't do that.
That's part of the show. That's part. Clap up for the DJ, y'all. Clap up for the DJ. It's part of the show. But everybody else has been honored tonight. I want to thank y'all because we are here as a unit. We just want to thank all of y'all as well because we see the work that y'all put in.
For everybody who's been watching the show, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everybody who's here doing the show. Yo, keep doing y'all thing, man. Let's keep making Trent proud, baby. That's all I can say.
I just want to give shout outs to our council president, Crystal Feliciano. Keep up the great work, and Trenton is the greatest city in the world. And keep believing that, and keep pushing hard and doing it for the people. Thank you. God bless you. Have a great day.
That's what I'm talking about. Got some of the brothers right here from the World Takes Podcast. What's going on, all day?
In Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah, you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to the 40 brothers.
Oh, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Shout out to everybody who came out and showed up and showed out. Everybody looked fabulous and amazing. Some prestigious people in the building, man. It's a blessing and an honor to be in this room tonight, man. I'm glad I made it.
We here, man, the town, baby. We think the town. We all here. Look what's going on behind me. They paying attention. Everybody's paying attention. Keep doing your thing. Listen, big major shout out to the Trenton Media Awards celebration, the second annual. It's a beautiful situation, beautiful event. Shout out to everybody who partaked in putting it all together. Crystal Feliciano, the Mayor Doug Palmer, everybody who had a hand. If I didn't say your name, it's not because I don't got love for you. It just slipped my mind. So love to everybody who put it together. Love to everybody who's here, being recognized tonight. It's a beautiful situation. As y'all can see what's going on behind me right now, what's going on in that room. It ain't nothing but love, man. For those who being recognized, keep doing what you're doing, whether it's taking photography, whether it's doing podcasting, whether it's doing anything, music, anything that you got going on. Just keep doing it from the heart. Everybody's having a good time. It's all peace, it's all love. Great situation. Get back into this joint, man.
Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you, Councilwoman. Here in the room tonight, Council Vice President Jennifer Northport Councilwoman and you deal with people, you're going to reach different people that reach different people. And don't underestimate people and what they bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, we all have gifts and talents that deserve to be uplifted and shown. It's my pleasure, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you when they come, to bring to you the gentlemen of the World Takes podcast.
We want to thank our dear family and friends that are in here with us tonight. We want to thank Council President Crystal Feliciano, of course, the Gianna Monet Genesis Foundation, definitely. But we want to thank all of you. We want to thank everyone in the city for supporting us and for helping us become who we are.
Trenton is the greatest city in the world to us, and that's what our platform represents. Everything that's going on in Trenton. So thank everybody again for coming out tonight. We appreciate you all.
Without further ado, I would just like to present tonight the Trenton Makes Doing It for the Town Award. Mama.
Firstly, I want to thank God. And wow, Ms. Crystal, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I just want to tell everybody in here, you know, whether you're going through, you know, ups and downs, man, it's a roller coaster. And we always got to keep our head up, because as we drop, we're going right back up.
It's more than just a bunch of men and women out there on fire trucks answering the call of duty. Trenton, the fire department, is part of the heartbeat of the city of Trenton. They don't stand on the outside spraying the water hose. They going in for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to clap it up for Trenton Fire Watch.
Let's go, y'all.
First of all, I'd like to thank God.
Yeah, man.
When we first started this, we just wanted to you remember the history, so we started documenting the fire department, me and Marquis Santiago, and then we brought a couple other firefighters on board, and we couldn't do it without the help of our director and the rest of the fire department.
Yeah, number one host, baby.
What's going on, man? We in the building, man. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Podcast, baby.
Appreciate you, brother. I want to shout you out for being the first one who ever invited us to your show.
That's right.
And
man.
let us be able to sit down and talk and build with you.
That's right.
Number one. So they don't call you number one for nothing, brother.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much, Crystal Feliciano.
Hey. I say congratulations to all the honorees on behalf of the 9.3 million New Jersey residents. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, and we look forward to working with you.
Friday nights, people could have been anywhere, but they here recognizing us and all of us is operating in this media space. Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, brother, there you go. Had to get my man in there. Congratulations once again, brother.
Congrats to you too. Congrats
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolute.
What you said? He said they noticed.
They notice. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody who had a hand, once again, in putting this together, we want you to know that you are appreciated. We thank you for recognizing our efforts and our energy. This right here, just put a super battery in our back. We're going to all keep doing it. Once again, for everybody, whatever you do to contribute to the media space, man, from our city, whoever you are, we appreciate y'all. I promise you. Promise you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir. I just want to get this shot this time right now. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Mr. P Original, for that good editing right there. Let's clap it up for that. You know what I mean?
Man, still trying to come along, man. New interest, man, as we talk about all the time, man. We still trying to, expand and just keep being better and getting better.
You know, it's what's often noticed about things like today with the eclipse, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gets dark before it gets brighter.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that people got to remember. If it's never dark, then you'll never understand how much brighter you get. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this to say, where you at in life now, bro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're at now in life,
Mm-hmm.
And without going into detail, you went through a dark moment.
I did.
But you shining brighter than you ever did in your life. Because what you did was you started educating yourself. You fell in love with the process.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And stuck with it. It's not just fall in love with it. You stuck with it. So I think I'm kind of going through one of them stages right now. You know what I mean? When you fall in love with the process, like we've been talking about for the last month or so,
mm-hmm.
it allows you to continue to do it because it becomes you. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
And for a while right now, I'm gonna honestly just say this. I feel like I just been going through the motions for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But today, because I'm real in tune with the universe, I think it clicked the switch. Because I was like annoyed to the point where I'm like venting and typing a journal, like to clear my thoughts on certain things that's going on.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's like today, I think a switch hit.
Yeah, I think that a few things. First and foremost, life forces you to change.
Right.
No matter how comfortable you are, there's going to be something that forces you to change.
Right.
Once again, we as people have an infatuation with, super things. When I mean super things, I mean from the perspective of, things that are very unique.
Right.
Things that aren't common. Like today with the situation with the eclipse, the reason why it was such a big deal is because it's not common.
It's not common.
Same situation with Friday, dealing with the earthquake. Why? Because it's not, at least not here, it's not common.
And I blame the eclipse for the earthquake.
Sorry.
I said that on my Facebook.
I know.
I said you couldn't tell me that wasn't just tremors.
I know. Let me tell you one thing I know about my brother, man. He gonna find the bright side of, like, no matter what's going on, he gonna find a way, like, look, we can all be sad or we can all be scared, but we're gonna laugh while we're being sad and being scared. Like, that's just that. No.
The eclipse. That's definitely right there an example of an eclipse.
I believe you.
Because even when
you do it.
Because even when you see the moon, right?
Okay.
Covering the sun.
Right.
The only reason why it gets as dark as it gets, right?
Okay.
Is because they're together. No, they're
I believe it. I believe
it. Because don't the moon shine too?
Yeah.
This but why when the eclipse meet, it's no shine?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So so dark ain't necessarily bad. That's how I find the funny.
Well, I think, and like you said before, it depends on how you manage and how you handle things.
Right.
I think some people process things one way and some people process them another.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Me, how I do it is, it ain't the only way. It's just my way.
It's your way, yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the
it's your way.
Exactly. But in the grand scheme of what we're talking about dealing with the eclipse situation, it made me think about something in terms of value. It's kind of funny, like I was thinking about it. I've always prided myself in saying that no matter what I did in life, I always want to be a tough act to follow.
Right.
I want to be, and I know it may sound like a little bit of selfish thinking, but sometimes when you think about it from this perspective, like when we talk about what position we play in certain things, like the sun plays a major position in our lives, obviously the moon does as well. When you look at your household, just think about the sun, the moon, and everything that plays a role, even in that environment. Mm-hmm. The objective in that life, in that situation, is for both those entities to be able to exist and be able to do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Right? When I look at life from the perspective of like this, I say to myself that when I look at my value, I always want to make sure, not that I ever want to know what my absence is felt like in my family.
Right.
But I always want to make sure that my value is felt.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And sometimes when we talk about the moon getting in front of the sun, sometimes in life we don't even realize that sometimes that's where the disruption is. We become, we get in each other's way.
Right.
Right? Now, that doesn't belong to any particular person. I'm just saying sometimes in life we don't always respect the value of what we are and who we are.
Right.
And when things sometimes cross and the paths meet, and then now it's a situation where we don't know what to do.
Right.
I'm saying all that to be able to say this. In life, we have to understand that even, as the quote of the day was, even though there's going to be times where the moon is going to get in front of your light,
Right.
you can't ever forget what you bring to the table as the light.
No, you can't.
You can't never substitute or put that to the side, if you see what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
And not continuously project the thing that makes you unique and makes you, the whatever you are in that environment.
Right.
So I say all that to just say that, if you don't know your value, chances are those who are around on a regular basis don't either.
Right. Because here's the thing. You know how you said, I think as you said at the beginning, you always want to be a tough act to follow.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Yep.
My biggest thing is when I walked in every room, I couldn't be the weakest.
Okay.
I can't be the weak link.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because it's like sometimes being a superstar,
Yep.
it comes with a lot of pressure.
Yep.
But when you that solid role player,
That's right.
you can flow under the radar and have a stellar career.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You could be that. You could literally be that. Let me think about somebody in the NBA. That Harrison Barnes, whatever team he on. Nah, I ain't gonna use Harrison Barnes. I'm gonna say everybody don't need to be Dame Lillard, right?
Okay.
Superstar, right?
Right.
But I'm trying to think of a solid. Okay. Big man, power forward, Boston. Horford. That's his name, right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. Whatever team he on,
Right.
you can't take him light. You can't leave him open.
Right.
He gonna hit the shot. My point is, in anything that I do,
got you. All right, man.
That's where I'm going with
That's
it.
my brother. I know you.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, Al
yeah.
Horford's involved now?
no, this is what I'm saying.
I'm like, I know E. Uh-huh. Okay.
No,
But I got
what
you.
I'm saying
All right,
is
so
that
as it
solid
pertains
role
to you.
player.
As it pertains to you. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, Al, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because sometimes, depending on what it is,
Okay.
being a superstar comes with a lot of pressure.
Totally agree.
You understand
Totally
what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah.
Like as a father and a husband,
Yes.
yeah, I want to be the superstar
Right. Right.
because I signed up for that pressure.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But sometimes in the corporate world, when you're that superstar, well, the problem having you're the first to go. But you always gotta, they always keep that solid person to say they know enough to keep us afloat. This person right here, I know even in the fail, they did their job.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
in certain environments. That's how I want to be. Home superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mike, Kareem, LeBron, bitch, like, Magic. That's that's what I am at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in certain, even like now, I like, for example, again, I'm gonna go back to sports. In sports, you got you some people that just flat out sharpshooters.
Okay.
Like Ray Allen was a superstar, but then he just you knew you was picking up Ray because the game had turned to a spacing game just to make that Jimmy. Right? Make that shot, right? So at the work world, I'd rather be a problem solver. Like, come to me when it's really a problem. That's me being a sharpshooter, saving the day. At the same time, when you look at that sharpshooter, it's not a shock if they get the game, if they take the game winning shot because it's almost a sure shot.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Or they're just used as a decoy. Because majority of the time, they always think the superstar got to take the
I'm
shot.
confused.
Right?
I promise you, I'm trying. I don't know what is going on.
No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it to you.
Yeah.
Again, it just relates to the fact of what I'm saying is doing what you're supposed to do in that room. That's what you said.
Right.
What you do, what you project.
Right.
In the eclipse, the solar, the light that you bring in
Right.
that situation.
That's right.
I'm just saying now, in each room, you're a different level.
Right.
So your light might shine a little brighter in this room than it is in this room. Because in the superstar, it comes with a lot of pressure.
It does.
But that role player, you always got a job.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Nah, I mean, and it makes perfect sense. I'm just messing with you. But the reality of it is once again, man, your value, right?
Yep.
Since we're talking about it, you know what I mean? Like everything.
Tay Rock, what's good, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Hey, cuz, thank
Peace.
you. Thank you, cuz, thanks.
Appreciate you. In the grand scheme of everything, when we're
Right.
talking about who you are as an individual,
Right.
okay? As an individual, you should always, in terms of you ever wanting to know if you're at your peak performance and your best,
Right.
right? Because like Like if you want to be the only one of something. The reason why I'm using this situation with the eclipse because there's only one sun.
Right.
There's only one moon.
Right.
So when you want to be the only of something,
yeah,
and you're thinking at it from that perspective,
yeah, you gonna clash.
Well, not even so much a clash. What I'm saying is this: you're looking at yourself daily, and you're saying to yourself, "What is it that I bring day in and day out, like the sun?
Right.
What is it that I bring in and day out?" If you can't identify with those things that you bring in and day out,
yeah,
now you have to start to look at your value.
Right.
See,
you have to know the light in you before you even worry about what's going on in the first place. That you're going to project. You got to have the light inside of you to be able to project it. But if you don't know what that light is, you're in trouble. Basically what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying, but I'm going to finish saying what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, actually, I don't know what is going on. What I'm saying is this. In my absence, there is a void.
Yes,
okay?
Absolutely.
I don't design my life for it to be void.
Right.
But because of the fact that I critique myself regularly to check myself to see my value, I know that what motivates me is I don't want to create the void in my absence.
Right.
Now, if you turn around and you in a situation, you're the sun and you got a moon, and regardless of all this, and they come together, sometimes what happens is some people, when that light is blocked, they don't know how to operate in that situation because they're not used to something blocking their light.
Right.
I just want to reiterate the reality of it is if you consistently critique yourself,
absolutely,
and understand your value,
absolutely,
even in those such short moments,
yes,
that the sun is being blocked by the moon, you'll never lose your identity.
Exactly.
And you will always understand that that's why I say what I say about being a tough act to follow.
Right.
Because it's not about you wanting to walk around with your chest poked out and say, well, if I wasn't here,
right,
if I wasn't doing this thing would fail. This household would fail. This company would fail.
Right.
It's not about that situation, but it is about understanding that you know
right,
what that looks like. You know what you bring. And to me, situations like when we're dealing with the eclipse is just a really, really good example of, even in the midst of that sun being blocked by that moon, that light very much exists.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, bro, 100%. That's why even the statement you made, it's going to sound crazy how I said it, but that you made about me,
mm-hmm.
like, I always understand how to bring the funny in any situation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's you need a good laugh. Sometimes people just come and talk to me, be like, yeah, and they be like, damn, you just when you talk regular,
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
No, I think that empathy sometimes, people it's a difference between being disrespectful and being in the moment and understanding that there is a lighter side to the situation, even though that person may not see it at the moment.
Right.
And what people do in a lot of times in life is they manage things to the best of their ability, however they're accustomed to dealing with it.
Right.
In your case, you got your way, my way, so on and so forth. Everybody has their own way.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about what you display to people in terms of who you are in terms of character.
Right.
Right? And we already know, dealing with, like I said, even with the situation with the awards that we just accepted and we just were blessed and fortunate enough to be able to receive. We weren't the only ones.
Right.
Shout out to the World Takes podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fire department. Please forgive me for not knowing the title of what your podcast and your situation is.
I think it's Trenton Fire Media Team.
Trenton Fire Media Team, as well as, the other young brother that
Trenton Speaks.
Trenton Speaks.
Yeah.
Once again, just being recognized by the city that we're actually from, right, is a beautiful thing.
Right.
It's a testament to understanding that even in a situation where you have media that can be such a dark environment,
right,
we still shine it through like the sun. So even when the media comes into play in front of the sun in that situation, we're still being recognized for our strength and our sunlight on it.
I want to say something, though. I really want to say this live on air, and for real. Like you said, bro, it's our city, where we come from, where we grew up at.
Absolutely.
I've done a lot. I've DJ'd at charity events, political events, all these, I know a lot of people in that circle, but to be honored for the first time, right? For the first time, I love the fact that it was with you.
No question.
For the first time.
Feelings mutual, brother.
Yeah, for the first time. Because Because this type of work that I've done, I could have probably been honored.
Right. No, truth be told.
You see what I'm saying?
Truth be told. That's real.
But to be honored with you for the first time,
no question.
That's a great feeling, bro.
Feeling is mutual, man.
That's fair. We gonna clap it up one more time for that. I didn't mean to laugh. We gonna clap it up
Feelings mutual.
one more time for that.
Yeah, and as y'all saw in that video, man, that we played, it was people there from like a lot of different walks of life, man.
Right.
Everybody that was there, everybody didn't do the same things.
Nope.
You know what I mean? The commonality in that situation may be in a situation where people are predominantly from the city, and you had some people there that were, into various different things, politics and all those other things like we said before. And it's just really nice to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Not that me and E do this for the recognition of the situation, but the fact that we are recognized is just, a testament,
right.
to the things that we, that we are doing. So, for those who are watching this live and for those who tune in and been checking us out every week, you know what I mean? Like, we appreciate y'all. This was an award for us.
Right.
Not just me and E for sitting here and doing the show, but it's an award for those who have been tuning in and, leaving comments and saying different things and sharing the different things. So I just want to be able to make sure that I first and foremost, once again, reiterate how much we appreciate, Crystal Feliciano and and everyone else who definitely had a hand.
Gianna Monet Genesis Foundation.
Absolutely. Definitely want to recognize that as well. And also, like I said, the honorable, former honorable Mayor Doug Palmer. Mm-hmm. And like I said, just all of the other people that's there that did what they did. You know what I mean? So with that being understood, man, and us just being in such a great space and place, me and E got a lot going on, man. We trying to grow and develop, take things to the next level. One of the things that we want to make sure that we do is we want to shine a light on different companies and different places, to give them some exposure while we do the thing that we love to do. We happen to know one, if you're ever in the business or in the market of looking for a business that can take care of all of your event planning needs. Hey, E, please let them know who it is. Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. That's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there today and get that party booked. Back to the show.
Front and Center Events.
Appreciate you, T. Shout out, brother. Thank you. You know what I mean? Salute. The Young Vets Clothing Line.
Always.
My good brother T, man. We appreciate you, brother, for the congratulations. And for everybody else who's been saying congratulations right here in the comment section, we appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's honor. It's an honor. Trust me. And like I said, this is an award for all of us.
Right.
So, yeah, bro. With that being understood, we got, like I said, got a lot of things that we're trying to deal with. It was really nice. I want to say this, too, in regards to the situation dealing with the award ceremony. It was absolutely awesome to be able to speak to the other podcast brothers and sisters, man.
Right.
We're really pretty much brothers.
Yeah.
We were able to talk to not only them, but some of their supporters as well.
Right.
And it was just nice to be able to see that we can come together collectively and just have a conversation about building and expanding and growing.
Right.
In such a time where everything is so competitive.
And we're going to all get together, man.
We're going to definitely all get together, but everything is so competitive. Like I said, like Mayor Doug Palmer has said, in regards to the media space, it's not a place that a lot of people like to go into because it could be a little tricky.
Right.
It could be a little bit of a situation where you go in there for one thing, but, it comes out a whole situation.
Right.
Often, even in reference dealing with the whole situation with the Eclipse, a lot of times we go to these social media things and we may be seeking out positivity.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of it is blocked.
Yeah.
Like when the moon, and I'm not referring to the moon as a negative situation, but it's blocked by negativity. You know what I mean? And things that could just be, misunderstood and taken out of context.
That's why the eclipse could be misunderstood because you know how we've always been taught that.
Peace, Rel. What's going on?
Dark is bad. So when it gets dark in the middle of the day, You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It makes you. It makes certain people wonder. It just triggers those those type of thoughts. You get what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
Damn.
Trigger the thought.
Triggers the thought right
You
there.
know?
Nah, I ain't triggered the thought.
Yeah.
He's side itching a little bit. National championship game on tonight. Who are you taking? Purdue or UConn?
I don't know. I haven't been following it.
Yeah, all right.
I don't want to lie.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's kind of like something I don't do.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate
Congratulations to them, to both teams who made it to the national championship.
it. NC State had they women and they men in the Final Four.
That's awesome.
That school was going wild.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of good things going on in the sports world right now. A lot of stuff that's taking place. Some superstar female athletes, man. You know what I mean? I haven't been watching enough to be able to tell you who's in the final and
Well,
like we talking
South
about now.
Carolina won for the females.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. But like just to see the sport, and I like evolution. I like seeing things just evolve and get better and more notoriety, and these athletes, man, because they may be women and all this type of stuff, but they're athletes.
They're still athletes.
They're super athletes.
Yeah.
And just to see them get that recognition and that opportunity to be able to put their talents on full display is a great thing. So
it's a wonderful thing.
Shout out to them, all of those who compete, and hopefully the next level, embraces them and all the great things that they're doing at this one, because they're very deserving of their opportunity. So that's what I'll say about that, man.
So speaking of evolution,
yep.
Episode 6 of BMF, you know what I mean, just passed. We can, do you like how the season's evolving? How are you enjoying it?
No, I think it's been a good season. I think it's been a good season, but once again, I do think that they kind of have the advantage. It's real.
Yeah.
It's true. They can just stick with a timeline.
Right.
There's certain things that I just think that you can't twist and turn when it's a, true story situation.
Yeah, it's based upon a true story.
I mean, you don't always find the humor in it. Shout out to, once again, man, Lou Young and B. Lynch, man. Like, I don't know if you guys watch any of their stuff on YouTube or any of their, I think, Instagram as well.
Right.
Hilarious.
Right.
They kind of do these, I don't know if you would call it a spoof or, comedy, versions of what they see in BMF. Hilarious. So y'all check them out if you get a chance. No, I think the storyline's been great. Once again, though,
right.
I think when it's already just based on a true story,
right,
there's only so many things that you can do. Me and you have already come to grips with the reality. The only hit or miss in these true life stories is them not sticking with the dress theme and the music theme.
Yep.
Those are the only
environment
potential
at the
miss
time.
areas.
Yeah.
Because as far as the storyline, I just think that they're kind of limited and boxed into the truth anyway.
Right.
Unless they want to tell some of the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
things,
and like they said, some of it might happen, then again it might not. You know what I mean?
They change names. Yeah, some things are.
No, but it say
or dramatized. Or,
but right, it said exactly on the
at the beginning.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
At the beginning,
You know
yeah. I mean, for theatrical purposes, they got to make it look a little bit more interesting.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with that. I mean, it's been fine. Storyline's good. Show's good.
Now,
I'm with it.
Before we get into some questions,
yep.
I seen a post. I don't know how real it is.
What's that?
They saying that P Valley got canceled.
I hope not. I enjoyed the show.
I heard it got canceled, but then some people said it wasn't real. They record now. And some people said I don't know if it's.
I hope not.
I think the writers couldn't. That's what it really was, the strike with them. A lot of times we was blaming COVID, but it was the strike.
I think all that stuff, man, became optional and kind of intertwined.
Right.
I think one thing was one thing, and then one thing, fueled the other, and it became intertwined.
Right.
So that's what I believe with it. Yeah, I hope not. Like I said, like the show, but we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
Right.
We'll get into some questions.
Let's get into them.
All right, would you rather?
Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where P is going to ask me a series of questions, and maybe, just maybe, I'll have an answer. Game show Johnny is here.
This is honest. It's truthful. Very truthful. All right, we're going to get right into it, man. Would you rather give up salt or sugar?
I don't really eat salt like that. So salt.
Okay. Yeah. Rather give up salt.
Yeah.
Rather give up salt. Yeah. All right. Ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time with that. Would you rather live next to a huge stadium, like a sports stadium, or an airport? Living next to it.
Oh, yeah, because that's both crazy. It's crazy, but it's of value. If I'm in the city of Tampa,
Okay. It don't matter.
right next to the stadium,
Okay.
the energy around there.
Make it make sense.
No, the energy,
That make it make sense.
Yeah, the energy. That's my team, but the
Right.
energy around there, bruh.
Yeah.
Game day.
Yeah.
When I witnessed that,
Yeah.
I'm like, every Sunday, all I gotta do is come out here. And shit, I can put the TV right here in the grass, but just chill and pull my grill. Every week.
Mhm.
Every week is it's basically you tailgating at your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm gonna say airport. The only reason I'm gonna say airport is like getting in and out of town. If I want to go places, it's like right there.
Right there, yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? I need to fly out real quick, whatever.
But that don't bother me because it's not like right there for me right now.
But then too, not competing
It
with
is
the traffic.
what it ain't. Yeah,
But
right.
not competing with the traffic. See, with sports,
Now, if
you
I
know,
lived in Miami,
yeah,
airport.
yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Wherever I'm at, I want to be near the airport. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to compete with that traffic. You know what I mean? But that's that one.
Now, don't have to go somewhere on game day, bitch. You stuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or you got to leave extremely early and, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather be smart, pretty, or rich? We're going to switch pretty to handsome. Would you rather be smart, handsome, or rich?
Man, I'm all that, man. Skip, go to the next question. I'm all three of them motherfuckers, man. Shit. Smart, handsome, and rich. Rich at heart. I ain't got all the money that they talk about, but I'm rich at heart.
Would you rather be granted one huge wish
Yeah.
or 100 small wishes?
100 small. Fall in love with the process, right?
Yeah.
Because if you grant, let's say that's one huge wish, and let's say you wish for money,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't really earn it, so you might lose it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would at this point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I'm 21, right?
Okay.
And I go with the one huge wish. I want to be rich.
Right.
I didn't know what to do with that at 21.
Right.
It would have been blown. But now at 42, and you tell me I get 100, I'm not saying it's going to take me 40 years to get rich.
Right.
But the work, the whole, because that's really what we're supposed to fall in love with, this process.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's 1,000%.
So it depends where I'm at mentally, but mainly, you know.
So which one was it? 100 small?
100 small.
Okay. Me too. I ain't got to drag it out. Me too.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or in coma for 10 years?
Nah, just put me in a coma for 10. Not going to jail for 5.
Wow.
You're not locking me up in jail. Where you going to jail?
I think it's a very tough question. I'm not going to say that. But, I mean, to be in a coma or in jail for 10, first and foremost.
Now, when I come back from the coma, am I back to full-blown me?
You missed 10 years. You missed 10 years. Like, we're not making this funny, but just imagine this, all right? Imagine the concept between being in jail for 5 years and a coma for 10 years. You go to sleep in terms of the coma, and you 40, and you come out of it at 50. 10 years of things have already transpired in your life, bro, that you didn't remember, don't have any knowledge about at all, right? Versus the 5 years where, you know, the 5 years could felt like 20 years in prison. It's not an easy decision, but I don't think that I could be in a coma for 10 years. Your body is weak. It's a lot.
If I come back strong, I'd be in a coma for 10.
Not to be funny, but how?
Because I got the best rest of my life. Okay?
No.
Let's go ahead.
That one right there. We're going to move on from that.
Nah, I might have to do the 5, man.
No, we're going to move on from that.
I'm conscious at 5.
Would you rather have your first child when you was 19 or 50?
19. Fuck, that's easy, man. 19. At 50, bro, you just see people look at 50 like it's old. Me and DK talk about all the time. I'm not rushing to get to
Your
it.
first child.
That's what I'm saying. But when you get to 50, right?
Yeah.
50 is like the average age. Everybody about to start empty nesting, and you know what I mean. You still with your lady. Y'all can move around now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. May have grandbabies, may not. You know what I mean. You know everything. A lot of people that I know, bruh, that's 50 plus, man, they look like life is fucking amazing for them. You
So
know
I'm
what I mean?
gonna reiterate.
Yeah.
You're first at 19
Okay.
or at 50.
First at 19.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Now everything else about the 50. See, I would assume because I'm not 50.
Nah, exactly. I see this all the ones I see. That's
This
what
is
I'm
an
saying.
assumption.
Right.
You had your first child when you're 19 years old. You do 18 years. You're 37 years old.
Yeah.
37 is real surprise.
You even take it all the way. You took it all the way to 21.
Let's go with 21.
Yeah, you
Still-
42 years old, same age.
Now, if you no, it ain't.
Nah.
If you're 21 and 19, you only 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah.
41.
40, man.
Nah.
19 plus 21 is 40, man. So anyway, man, this guy math.
Oh shit! I don't know which cousin. Our cousin made 3 at the concert. Our cousin made 3 at 50.
Listen. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. Think about it from this perspective. At 19, were you psychologically prepared to be a father?
No.
So we say 19 because we're looking at.
I got my rebuttal for this.
We're looking at where we are as far as our ability, like youth-wise, our ability to move around, all those things, right?
Urban Mystic, where were you?
Where were you?
Yeah.
19, once they turn 21, you're 40 years old. Boom, they 21 and you 40. 40 is right there. 50, you're first. You went 50 years without being a parent. And you're going to start being a parent at 50? It's a little tough. But you may be ready psychologically.
Financially. Yep.
Right?
Patience.
Yeah.
Because you need them.
You going to need them.
You got life lessons.
Yeah.
So at 71,
right,
you 21. That's a lot. Listen, Pop about to be 70 deuce. Pop still moving around talking shit.
Right. Neither one of us are 21.
That's what I'm saying.
As a matter of fact, we've done that already.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying
Twice,
is it seems easy.
Oh, it seems easy, but it ain't. No, both of them seem easy. But honestly, 19, because we're growing together. But this is my rebuttal why it's okay at 19. And you see it a lot of times, especially for the women, the mothers, because of the fact that when it, I'm not wishing this on nobody, but when it doesn't work out, the mother is the one to have the child. It's not like the dad's, you know what I mean? At 19, definitely. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Bible says it takes a village.
Raise a child.
So that's the thing.
Right.
I think the village is more eager to help you when you're 19.
Yes.
Than when you're 50.
Yes.
Because if you're 50, they go, okay, you grown established. You take care of that. Nobody ain't going to want to help. Like, but you 50 years old. You did that, dummy.
Yeah.
That's how, in our community, that's what it is. But at 19, why would you do that? You started so young, but then you still my baby, so I got to make sure. Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. So 19, you got that village.
And like you said,
the village got to be good, though.
Village got to be good, and the maturity level has to be there.
Right.
I don't care how old you are. If you old enough to make them, you're going to have to be able to be old enough to take care of them.
Yeah, I have to say, if you're old enough to make them, you got to be old enough to take them.
That's it. So,
you know what I mean? Take them to the top.
That's where that situation is. So I'm going to say 19.
I'm going to say 19 still.
I'm going to say 19.
I just wouldn't want to do no shit like that at 50.
Well, yeah, that. And then I also want to say at 19, I feel like you said, you got probably a lot more support.
Right.
But it's also a situation where it probably forces you to maybe grow up a little bit sooner too.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. At 50, you have to kind of learn to unprogram yourself from all the things that you were able to do before you had a child. For 50 years, you didn't have to have that responsibility.
Not at all.
So when you wanted to go someplace, you traveled, you did what you wanted to do. At 19, you ain't really experienced a real adult life yet.
Nope.
So, it might be a little bit different. Let's go with one more, I think.
Yeah, one more.
All right. I think we kind of touched on that one before. I want to do this.
I ain't touch on nothing, man. I ain't touch on shit.
That's cool. That's cool. I was going to ask you, would you rather get $1 million right now or $100,000 every year for 10 years? Mm-hmm. That was a question.
I was reading.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me just say. I'm gonna get back to the question. I'm sorry. Right, Erica. Having a baby after 40 is cool for those that don't have kids, but for you to have a grandchild older than your child is crazy. Right. Because there's 50-year-old grandparents out here. Do you have a new baby? You know what I mean? Your child, the uncle was younger.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah. Sorry. Now let me see what the question was.
Not a problem. Would you rather have $1 million right now or $100,000 every year for the next 10 years?
$100,000 every year for the next 10 years.
Okay.
Because see, the reason why I say that is because $100,000 ain't gonna make me stop doing exactly everything I'm doing. But if I put the money in to make money, not necessarily like investing in the business or something, but building interest on $100,000, the compound effect, as we know.
Yep.
Just like the penny.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's gonna go more.
Yep.
So 100,000.
I think it depends on the same question, kind of similar situation with the child,
Right.
19 and 50. I think it depends on where you are.
Right.
If you're 60, you might not want to roll the dice for 10 years.
Nah, you might want to take that.
You might want to take that. Not saying that got to mean that's the end of it, because it
Right.
doesn't. Or it might be a situation where you're a little bit wiser about money now and know how to handle.
Right.
If you got $1 million right now and exactly what to do with it. I think that the 10-year would be better if you're younger or you don't have that education with finances.
Right.
Because you got 10 years to kind of learn them.
Right.
And because you know what I'm saying, even if the first year you kind of a little bit more, free spirited with your spending.
Right.
You'd learn kind of like, whoa, I kind of should have not have done certain things. Usually by year 2 or year 3, you're a little bit more educated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of like when you learn anything else. You go to college your freshman year, you know one thing. By the time you come out and graduate in your senior year, you should have mastered some other things.
Right.
So I just think depending on where you are in your life, if you're seasoned, well-versed in finances and understand how to make that money move and how to do certain things like that,
right,
you can take it right away and take it, in full. If not, I think that 10 years, $100,000, it's not a bad cushion for the next 10 years.
Neither one is wrong.
It's not a wrong one. I just think it depends
on
where you at. Where you at in life.
Yeah, where you at.
Yep. You can take us out of there, brother.
That was another episode of Would You Rather, right here, brought to you live on the Porch Podcast. This is your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential. I want to thank you tonight for watching the Porch Podcast, episode 166. We called this one the Eclipse. You didn't see this ending coming this way. You can catch us on all your favorite podcast and streaming sites like iHeartRadio. Let me stop that. iHeartRadio app. Red Circle, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, anywhere, Audible, anywhere you listen to your favorite audio shows, and P, tell them where they can see the video.
I'm gonna let you know what the video is, but just to answer this question real quick,
oh shit,
Miss Barkley, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna assume that they will tax it every year. In the event that they do, because like you said the government can be ruthless. I think you have to, here's the thing about that, before I get into the video element of it. I think that is also part of the education.
Yeah.
I think that they should, because then that allows you to be able to understand the value of understanding taxes and be able to make better decisions, completely.
But also too, Erica, if they're taxing the 100,000 every year, they're also going to tax the $1 million.
Right. So that's why I said
either way.
Yeah. And it'll wind up being the same thing. But once again, with me,
right,
the time teaches you.
Yeah, that's what I said. You fall in love with the process of understanding.
So just getting the education to know what that looks like. If you had it happen on $1 million and it was that one instantaneous time, then you just like, all right, cool, they took it.
Right.
But if you know for the next 10 years you have to understand how the tax law is going to work in terms of the deduction, you'll start to understand how to make that money, make you money, and understand that better.
Yeah.
So I would say, in essence, yes, they would probably tax it, but at the end of the day, I think we would be more educated for it.
Right.
All right. So as far as where you can find the video each and every week, you can find it on Monday nights, generally somewhere between, I'll be honest with you guys, between 8:15 and 8:30.
Yeah.
That's what we shoot for every week. And you can find it immediately available the following day on our YouTube channel at the Porch Podcast. It's at the Porch Podcast on YouTube. And make sure you, as we say each and every week, make sure you check it out, you share it, you leave comments. You know, you do all of those different things. Like he said, the audio will be out immediately tomorrow as well. Look, man, this has been a wonderful episode. Once again, I'd like to give one more big shout out to the second annual Trenton Media Awards. Once again, shout out to everyone who had a hand in putting it together. Look, everybody who received an award, congratulations once again to you guys, all of you across the board. Keep on doing the great things you're doing. Let's keep doing what we've been doing. Hey, bro, you got anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right, now. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all be good.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.